What's up guys, it's Tajae here back with another Last of Us Part 2 information video, and today I actually want to talk about Yara and Lev, and the reason behind that is because I feel like not a lot of people in the community are truly giving these characters the light of day that they deserve. But before we get into today's discussion, if you guys could actually throw a brick at the like button, I would really appreciate that, as well as subscribe to the channel if you're brand new with post notifications on, because I do upload quality content on the daily. And without further ado, let's get right into the video. So as of today, if you're actually talking about The Last of Us Part 2 anywhere to anybody or whatever community you're in, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, I feel like the main discussion that people are focused on right now is regarding Ellie and her relationship with Dina. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I do understand why that's the main, topic that people are talking about right now, because that's pretty much all we really know when it comes to the basis of the story, and that's that Ellie actually goes on this quest of vengeance to serve, justice to the ones that have wronged her. And we do know that the highly speculated reason is that something happens to Dina and that she dies, and that makes very much sense why a lot of people would talk about Dina. Plus, I don't know about you guys, but it has been seeming like Naughty Dog has been marketing Dina very heavily, and it's gotten to the point where not a lot of people really talk about Joel. And the reason behind that is because they haven't really shown us much of Joel or said much about him at all, and they still really haven't said much of Joel still to this day, except that he'll be a very key aspect to our story, and we only got to see him once. And it's to the point where everybody's so focused on Ellie and Dina that it's like they're overshadowing every single character in this game. Joel was literally the main protagonist of the first game, and you don't really see Joel talked about very much anywhere at all. Nobody really talks about Joel's role when it comes to anything, or what Joel's relationship with Ellie would be like. Most people talk about Dina, and again, I understand that, but I feel like the two main characters that we should be talking about when it comes to the story of this game should be Yara and Lev, and that's because they have a connection with the Mystery Woman. Now, the reason why I say that is because the Mystery Woman is the most highly speculated character of this game, and the reason behind that is because she has a resemblance to Ellie, and people want to speculate that it's Ellie's mother. And when they're not saying it's Ellie's mother, they're saying that she's related to Ellie in some form or fashion, rather if it's her sister, her daughter. There's just so many theories out there that I feel like it easily made her one of the most interesting characters of our story. Now, this is actually where Yara and Lev come into play, and the reason why I say that is because Yara and Lev are actually the only characters that we know of at the moment that are directly linked to the Mystery Woman, since they are working together with her to escape the Seraphites. Now, if you guys didn't actually know, Yara and Lev, they are brother and sister. Yara's a sister, Lev is the brother. Now, the importance to these two characters is the fact that they are both ex-Seraphites. Now, the reason as to why we actually know that is because Yara and Lev both wear the infamous scars on the sides of their face located on the cheeks. Yara and Lev also wear the same exact clothing attire that the Seraphites also wear. And lastly, Yara and Lev both have the same exact hairstyles that the Seraphites wear. That being Yara the female having her hair pinned up, as well as Lev the male having his head completely shaven off. Now that I've explained Yara and Lev's backstory as well as their connection to the Mystery Woman, I want to talk about why this has to be the most interesting group inside the entire game. Now, if you guys don't actually remember, whenever we had these characters showcased back in Paris Games Week of 2017, Neil Druckmann actually confirmed there that he didn't want to show off any characters that didn't have a true meaning to the story. He actually went on to justify that showing Yara and Lev and the Mystery Woman was of very much importance, because if they weren't of much importance, we wouldn't be seeing them. So now, if we actually think about the plot that we know of so far, that Ellie is on her quest for vengeance, where did these three characters fit into play with the story? That is just the biggest of mystery to me. I feel like so many people are so looped up and worried about what's going on with Ellie and like why she's on her vengeance run. I feel like that's only like the crust of the story. I feel like there's so much more that we actually have to uncover, and I feel like that lies with Yara, Lev, and the Mystery Woman. Now, when it comes to any marketing of this game, we haven't heard anything about the Mystery Woman. We haven't heard about Yara and Lev, and we have not seen the Seraphites. In fact, we're actually introduced to another faction known as the Wolves, WLF, aka the Washington Liberation Front, and that's, as of right now, the people that we know that Ellie's actually trying to wage a war back against. Now, this is where I think, where do the Seraphites actually have to come into play? Because we do know that the Seraphites are also in Seattle with the Wolves, and we can actually infer that they're fighting each other because the Seraphites did mention the Mystery Woman as one of them, and one of them at that situation and point in time would have to be a wolf. There's nobody else they could be referring to, so that's what leads us to think that they're fighting. And that leaves us right back down to the core of Yara and Lev and their alliance with the Mystery Woman, and that's where I feel like most of the deepness of our story will come from, and that's where most of the twists and turns of our journey will take place. And if that doesn't spice things up enough, I'm about 85% sure that the Mystery Woman is actually a playable character. Plus, we will be seeing Yara and Lev with Ellie later on in the game. That is something that I truly think is going to happen. Otherwise, how are they going to impact Ellie's story? And that's why I feel like Yara and Lev should be very much talked about even more than any other character in this game, mainly because Neil Druckmann is definitely hiding what's going on with these characters for whenever the game comes out, and that's where most of, I feel like, the meat of the game will come from, and that's between this group. At the end of the day, this is all speculation, this is all my thoughts, but I just feel like they should be talked about a lot more. And now that I gave you guys my quick mini analysis of Yara and Lev and the Mystery Woman, let me know down below what you think these guys have to do with our story. Do you think Yara and Lev are of any importance at all? Do you think Mystery Woman is related to Ellie? Let me know all your theories down below, and let's have a nice little chat. But before you guys get out of here, if you can go follow me over on Twitter at Tajae Moment, link is also in the description, as well as throw a brick at the like button and subscribe to the channel with post notifications on, because I do upload daily quality content, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with another banger.